Hello there, welcome to another talk. Been a few days since I've done a talk, and today's talk is called Divine Feminine is King. And you might ask, why am I saying that? Well, because I have to go back to the spiritual awakening when I'm talking about this. But in the beginning, this is ever since the awakening, I've been getting downloads and taking me through the process ever since the age of 24, 34 now, so 10 years. And basically, the female side is the original, is the originator. And the male was made to create life. But they are both the same. They are both one. They are opposites of the same one. It's like the stars at night and the darkness, the black. They are both one. And that's why they complement each other, but they're absolute opposites. Opposites attract, but this is why the Divine Feminine is King, because the feminine side is the original, and the male side was created to breed life as two separate entities. You see, and when you are spiritually awakening, it's actually the sensitivity and opening up to that sensitivity and that divine feminine energy. That's when you really become the divine masculine. You see, it's not when you're running away from that. It's actually when you're opening your heart chakra, your heart center, and it's like you're feeling everything and you're open up to it, and that's what develops the divine masculine. Or if you're a male and you're spiritually awakening, or even if you're a female, you can embody both sides because you're both sides. But when you are awakening, aligning, ascending, that's when you are doing a lot of healing, when you're working with the divine feminine side. So basically go back to this spiritual awakening of mine. That's basically what it was showing me, that downloads I get and get shown things, and I find out later that it's in some religion or something out there that exists anyway, because I never followed religion. And the divine feminine is king because the divine feminine is the original, and also it's the divine feminine that develops you into becoming a divine masculine if you're a male. And that's what is needed right now. You see? And the reason I chose this picture is because this picture is symbolic of that. In this picture, the male knows that the divine feminine is what I'm saying it is. And so, this picture, he's looking like he's looking in this photo. And remember, animals are instinctual, they know. You see, it's different to us where the sheeple have been programmed to not know what they are. You know, they're anti-sex, they're anti-this, they're anti-the other, they don't know what they're thinking. Because they've been trained and programmed to be away from their instinctual parts, their animal instincts. You know, it's like people going about, you know, they're against sex. When actually, sexual energy is everything. And yeah, it's everything. And everything's made up of that. But everything's just sexual energy transmuted into different forms. But the core of everything is that. But back to what I'm talking about, yeah, this awakening of mine, that's what happened. I was going through a healing path, and in that healing path, you've got to, like, you know, we've been programmed as males to not be in touch with the feminine side, which means open-heartedness, you know, and you don't become a king of swords or an emperor, you know, if you do tarot cards, or the king of pentacles, unless you actually feel what you truly feel. And in that, there'll be tears and lots of them. And then after years of that, after years of opened up to the divine feminine, then the tears will get less and less. And then you feel very, very strong, because you've healed all that unconscious issues. And now you are able to help other males do the same. And I'm talking about my own awakening here. This is what I went through. And so basically, I'm just going through this awakening and passing it on. You know, and that was my process. And you know, so it's all about opening yourself up. If you close yourself off, that problems are still going to be there, and they're going to manifest themselves, you know, in ways that you don't want them to manifest themselves. So the divine feminine is like a soothing force, and it's like it's just wanting you to just open up a bit. You know, don't be scared to do it. The big thing is fear. The divine feminine is a force that it's like it's saying, don't be afraid, right? Open up, feel whatever it is you feel, because the source, you know, Kundalini energy, whatever you want to call it, the orgasmic energy, is at the core of what you are, and you can't get to that until you remove these blockages, and these blockages are within the heart chakra. And so it's all about opening up to this divine feminine sensitive power. And then just going with that. And what you're actually going with is the present moment. You're going with presence. And like this picture, this force will take care of you. And that is how you become the divine masculine. A true divine masculine is aligned with both sides, and it's almost like the two are one again. And that's like an example of like a twin flame connection. You know, they don't align perfectly until they're one again. And to become one again, you've got to heal yourself from within. You see? You can actually embody the two twin flames within you, so you don't actually need the other person. A lot of people don't know that. That's how you see some people, they have a spiritual transformation, awakening, ascension process, and they're so happy on their own. They're not even with anyone. And then there's people that are with people and they're unhappy and depressed. That's because the person that is happy alone, they've healed themselves, they've got this perfect balance within them of divine feminine, divine masculine. You see? And they're one again, and that's what really the global awakening is, and that's what they're, in my opinion, trying to stop. So this is a very important message. So the divine feminine is king, but she is so grateful for the divine masculine because of the fact the divine masculine is the whole reason she can breed. So there's like this gratefulness, love between that she has for the divine masculine. And it's only when the masculine side is opening up and healing does she become oneness again with the divine feminine. And then when they both come together, there's like this gratefulness and union. And that's really the real meaning of marriage. It's union. And that's really what the global awakening is about. It's a union, a oneness union. You see? A beautiful thing, and that's what I believe they're trying to stop, and that's why they're censoring everybody, and you're not allowed to say this, you're not allowed to say that. But you don't have to say it, because this is what they're trying to stop. They're trying to divide and rule. I don't have to talk about the stuff that they don't want me to talk about, because that's a distraction. They want the masculine to be, you know, like you hear toxic masculinity, which is against an agenda against the divine masculine, because they know that once that force is aligned properly, that's the most powerful force there is, because it's aligned with the divine feminine. It's used the divine feminine to heal itself. You cannot heal as a masculine without opening up to the divine feminine. And vice versa for the feminine side as well. You see, they both work together as one. They need each other. They actually do need each other. So once you embody that jewel within you, and they become one and healed, you've got this perfect union within you. You've got bliss, you've got heaven, you've got, you know, nirvana. So all my talks are like meditation. They always go that way. That's just the way I am as you know, an individual. I'm not really an individual, because, you know, everything has to come from nothing at some stage, and I don't know what that is. I can't say what that is. But there is a love. It's obvious that there's a love that is, and that's the only thing that's real. And the divine feminine, divine masculine within this nothing produced life and is life. That's what life force is. And so the pathway of coming unaligned was important, because it showed the divine feminine, divine masculine, how much they both need each other. And so I think I'm just going to leave it there. For latest updates, talks, news, research, much more, please do visit my website at www.lovelightfamily.com. Thank you.